Welcome to E360 TV, the live streaming and on-demand destination for influential voices and enlightened audiences. We offer trending, grassroots, and purpose-driven content across a diverse range of interests. E360 TV is more than just watching programs. We offer the ability to interact with live shows connecting audiences to real, authentic influencers and storytellers while streaming to millions of devices. Real experiences. Raw conversation. One destination for it all. E360 TV.
Hello, hello, hello. I have a question for you. Have you ever felt completely lost? You know, seeking purposeful direction that could and should propel your mission within your divine journey to that next level, but still it hasn't happened. Well, my name is Lauren Michaels Harris, and I'm the founder of P3, the Journey Series. People come to me because they're wounded. Many are scared, and even there are those who are bruised simply because they feel that they are increasingly, for whatever reason, losing their ability to dream. Now, this P3 program is not for a person who's just looking to start a business, no, but rather for those of you out there who have been on your journey and you've been navigating within your divine purpose, but you still desire to elevate to that level that you have not reached yet. If this is appealing, if this describes you, then I want to have a chat with you. I want to hear your story. So use the link below to get registered for your free seat at P3, the Journey Series. And let's get started, one story at a time. I'll see you inside. Click the link.
Operate out of your dreams and your vision and not other people's expectation. Having breast cancer wasn't my choice, but the decision to live healthy so that I could stand before you here today, that's choice. You can choose this very moment to change your life from every perspective.
Tracy Randolph was our speaker. She came back because so many people liked her first presentation. I was one of those people that joined her fitness group, and it made me a better leader.
I grew up in a community, but they had limiting beliefs on what a little black girl could do. Everything that you do in this life is a choice. I choose to live healthy. I choose to change my mindset. I choose to be everything that I dreamed of because I choose faith and I choose me. Live healthy, be everything that you can be today. Choose yourself.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of The Whole Living Show. All right, we are going to get into this show today. So what I wanted to talk to you all about before I bring in my amazing guest is about your mindset. We are at the top of the year. It is January, and everybody's looking for a reset in some area of their life or another. Health is a big one, and you know I am the health coach and the wellness coach, and I love supporting people on their wellness journey. But what I want to talk about is mindset first, because before you can get started to reset anything in your life, you need to have everything that you desire up here. And you need to believe it. You need to believe that you can make the change, that you can change whatever it is in your life that you need to change, that you can achieve your goals and your dreams and your desires. But the belief, it starts with the belief. Now, listen, I'm in a mindset mastery course right now, boot camp. And, you know, I've done self-development, right? But these things do not stop. And why? I'm going to tell you why. There's things that I'm uncovering even right now in this boot camp that I thought, I was done with that. I did self-development and everything, but I always know that I can always level up and always learn something new. And there's always things to discover and uncover. And I was mentioning on a clubhouse room before that this is a voyage. Your life is a journey. So you are meant to next level as you go. You have to continue to take steps and you will next level and next level if you are seeking so, right? If you are looking to do something different in your life, or if you know that you want different in your life, or if you're just saying, I just want to expand on what I already have, then you have to get the tools to do that. And it starts with the belief that you can. So everybody out there, if you are looking to change your mindset to do something completely different or to expand on what you already have, reach out to me. I'm not going to claim to be a mindset coach fully. I am not. I can help you in that area, but it's more so around what you do with your health and wellness. But I have somebody for you if you need one. But I just wanted to tell you that it all starts with a belief first. And once you believe in yourself and you believe that you can, anything is possible. Your life is limitless. So I just wanted to mention that as we are here still in the top of the year. Do not get to, next quarter and you haven't started doing something that you really desire to do. The time for you to do it is now. People are talking everywhere in every space, on social media, on the news. Everybody's talking about, this new year, and everybody has such great expectations for 2023. But that expectation starts with your belief. And then it starts with how you choose to move your feet and your hands to get to where you need to be. So I don't want everybody out there to take this lightly. It is time. It is time. 2023 should be the year that you decide that you are going to expand your life and grow in some way, shape, or form, everybody. Okay. So I hope that this helps somebody. If you need help in any area of your life, just reach out to me, put a comment in the chat here on the Whole Living Show page. If I can't help you with what you're looking for, I'm sure that I know somebody who can. All right. I'm making some amazing connections, even at the top of this year, some amazing connections. Life does not stop. So we must keep moving. Okay. So this is it, everybody. I want to give some shout outs to the beautiful people that are here. My sister here, Brandy Johnson. Hey, thank you so much for joining. I've got all my sisters here. The beautiful Jamie Lane. Hello, love. And the beautiful Melissa Simmons. And there's no comment in there, but I'm just going to put it up there anyway, because I see you. Love all the beautiful ladies out there that are joining us. So I am surrounded by beautiful women that I network with all the time. And this beautiful young lady that I have here, and she's getting some love already from Miss Desiree. Thank you for joining us. And I'm so glad that you are here to support Kilwana. Everybody, I met Kilwana in a networking room on Clubhouse. She is an amazing young woman, and I want to read her bio to you so that I can do her justice. But I had the opportunity to really speak with her, to go through, her story and the things that she's doing and what she's focused on. She's absolutely amazing. So Kilwana Brown is a relationship consultant, owner of Brown Consulting and Productions, LLC. She specializes in bettering you. And we just talked about that, right? Bettering you. Basically, it starts with your belief. And then here's the coach that can help you. She starts with bettering you as well as your relationship. And as a relationship consultant and known to her clients as the pleasure principal, everybody. How juicy does that sound? So we're definitely going to get into that with her. She assists with helping them explore their sexual side, as well as teaches them to be more considerate and less passive with their partner. Ooh, and the same thing you did to get that person would be the same thing that you would do to keep them. And we know that we've heard that out there before, but we're going to talk to her about what that really means when she is helping people with their relationships. She's also an image consultant, and she's known as the Fashionista. And you'll see why when I bring her on stage, because she looks amazing. She likes to mix fashion and beauty with a sense of charm and sophistication. I love that. As a fashionista, she dresses as if she's about to see her arch nemesis. Oh, we're going to talk about that too, because I want to know a little bit more about that. But her clothing might not change the world, but she says her clothing she might not change the world, but, and I'm sorry, I'm getting this mixed up, you guys. So, charge it to my head and not my heart here. But listen, she is an absolutely amazing young woman, and she will make others stop and stare as she is dressed in her threads. Okay, I might be dating myself saying threads, so she can correct me on what the correct saying is nowadays, because she's younger than I am. But anyway, she likes for women to look beautiful in their outfits, and she loves, the right outfits that can make you powerful, and that's how she dresses herself. And I was listening to Stormy Wellington on Instagram earlier this morning. It just happened to go by it, but she was talking about, it was like she was talking to her friends on her reel, and she was saying to them, you know what, I want my friends to show up looking good. I want my friends to show up looking and feeling good, because when you look good, you feel good. And she was like, I want, my friends to also represent what I want to do, and we need to go out there and we need to look good and do our business. And so I know that Kilwana can resonate with this, because she was just talking about in her bio how she likes you to be outfitted when you go out there. And there's something about, just putting on clothes that make you feel good and look good, and you just exude confidence when you like what you have on. So, and it's not just the clothes too, it's the hair, it's the makeup, it's everything, the nails. So if you like to adorn yourself, everybody, do so, go out there and do so. So I'm going to bring Kilwana in the room right after this very quick commercial break. Everybody, here we go.
We are having an event February 24th to the 26th in the beautiful city of Miramar Cultural Center, only 25 minutes away from Miami. Founder Kessa Guden and Commissioner Maxwell B. Chambers of the city of Miramar is putting on a huge event called a Global Awakened Summit and VIP Gala. We would love for you to be there. This is an event you don't want to miss. We have over 35 speakers, each speaker's worth ranging from $3,000 to see them live in person. But at the Global Awakened Summit, you can get your ticket now for only $97. Call 725-200-1773 now or on our website. We look forward to seeing you there. www.globalawakenedevents.com.
All right. Without further ado, everybody give a virtual round of applause for Miss Kilwana Brown. Hey. So you look amazing. I already told you that backstage, but I want to say that in front of the audience as well. Definitely live up to the Fashionista name. For sure. I was telling her she may need to give me a new look.
Don't stop it.
Absolutely. So I'm so
Thank
glad.
you so much, Tracy, for having me on. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. And I'm really glad that you are here. We had the opportunity to have some really great conversation. So I want to get into this. I want people to know who Miss Kilwana Brown is. So I want you to tell us a little bit about, kind of your backstory. Who is Kilwana Brown and how did you get to this point?
Sure. So basically, I was married for 14 years, and I had a lot of family, friends, coworkers that would come to me for advice, relationship advice, and I would always try to lead them down a positive path. With that being said, it went from relationship advice to, okay, I need something to wear tonight, be it for anniversary or I'm just, going out on the town. So that's like music in my ears, like, so let's go in closets, right? So it just became where someone would ask me a question, I give them the answer to it. They needed the advice, I would give it to them. So I just made myself self-proclaimed. Yeah, so that I'm basically the expert in certain relationships, if you will.
Okay, okay. And listen, experience is the best teacher, right? So,
Yeah.
having been married for 14 years, there's a lot that you can give to people, but just based on your experience. So, I love that you started out there. Tell me, with people asking you relationship advice or questions, was that therapeutic for you as you were going through, you know, the things that you had to endure in your own relationship?
Sure. It very much so.
Mhm.
Sometimes it gave me an outlet, right?
Mhm.
Everyone looked in my relationship as if I had the perfect marriage, the perfect relationship.
Mhm.
One thing I've always told anybody is you never let the outside world know what's going on the inside. Okay.
Mhm.
So even if it was pain, they would never know that because on the outside, I presented with joy. And
Mhm.
so hearing other people come to me, I was able to, based off of what I wanted, I was able to tell them how to handle a situation. And as you stated, you don't have to have a degree in order to be able to help somebody. Sometimes it's just from the school of hard knock, which is
Mhm.
called life, that gives you the experience. So
Mhm.
it was definitely therapy for me to be able to assist them and put smiles on other women's face.
I love that. So now I'm gonna get into something a little bit different because I told you how this goes. If I feel it or something comes to me, I'm gonna ask. But so I want to ask you because real talk from woman to woman, right? We go through things and we do. I'm just like you. I go outside with the smile on, right? It doesn't necessarily mean that I'm always smiling inside, but I do show up that way. But how do you handle the obstacles in your life while you're still smiling through it on the outside?
Well, first through prayer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Before I start my
Mm-hmm.
day, I seek God first. I ask Him
Amen.
to give me the energy and the mindset to clear anything that's negative.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to believe that. Once I give it to Him, I got to leave it there, and I got to walk out with a whole new mindset based off of what I was feeling prior to my prayer.
Mm-hmm.
With that being said, um, I like to, even when I'm feeling my worst, let me pull out this makeup bag.
Mm-hmm.
Let me beat this face. Let me find the perfect outfit. Sometimes I'm just going to the grocery store, but me dressing me up, it makes me feel good. And
Mm-hmm.
not for nothing, you get compliments. People, don't judge me for this, but I appreciate the compliment coming from a woman more than I do a man. Because
Mm-hmm.
the man is, he can probably see a dog and with some shorts on, he's gonna compliment. But the woman to tell you that you look nice, or to compliment, if you will, I just feel like, what, you did a good job. So that
Mm-hmm.
always makes me feel a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
And the key, I feel like, to anything is when you, for example, if you're feeling bad or down and you actually like soak in that, you're
Mm-hmm.
gonna feel it. But if you just put a smile on for no reason, eventually you're gonna believe that. And
Mm-hmm.
I just think positive overpowers negative.
Yeah.
And that's how I get through my day.
Yeah. And even, if you go out with the expectation that, you know what, today's still going to be a good day,
Yeah.
right? And you expect to like just go out, like you said, meeting people, right? And people telling you that you look good, that could change the whole trajectory of your day. Right. So if you expect that, go out with the expectation of, you know what, today's going to be a good day and I'm going to meet the right people and the right things are going to happen for me. And it will. Right. So count it all joy. I love that. We've got Melissa saying, I believe in looking good for me. Yes, that's right.
Yes, there you
That's,
go.
that's right. Kilwana's going to have me going to the grocery store with, my threads on, as I said earlier.
And I
Yes.
like what you said, Melissa. And I tell a lot of my patients this. I have 80-year-old patients that will walk into, listen, they just had surgery and they will walk in there, honey, with their lipstick on, their hair nice and combed. And
Mhm.
for me, I don't do it for no one else. I do it for me because it makes me feel good. And it makes them feel better about themselves. So it inspires me a lot more. But I agree with you, Melissa. I do it all for me.
Absolutely. I have my mom, she's probably kill me if she know I'm saying this if she's not watching, but she used to like she had some medical stuff going on and we would call the ambulance and she would say, "Wait, I gotta put my lipstick on." She would put her lipstick on
I love it.
before going to the emergency room. And
I love it.
to this day, She will not go anywhere without her lipstick on. So, mommy, that's
Always
for
look
you.
presentable. At
That's
all costs, look presentable.
that's right. That's right. So, talk to us a little bit more about, the relationship consulting, because I want to talk about this pleasure principle that you have going on with your clients.
Okay. All right. So, with the relationship,
Mm.
I first find out exactly what it is you're seeking. What are you looking for? Are you looking to enhance your relationship? Are you looking for a relationship? So for my single ladies, what I always try to encourage, because know it or not, like, you have to have a relationship with yourself first, especially if you're single. I don't think any woman or any man either should go into another relationship until they find themselves, until they find how to make themselves happy and how to please themselves. So if you're single, I'm going to introduce you to pleasuring yourself. And pleasure does not have to necessarily be sexual. I like to be pleased and pleasured mentally through mind stimulation, right? So for a single woman, I would advise, first of all, have an agenda for you. Make some time to figure out, what, this is what I want to do for me. I'm single now. Let me make time to have my nails done, my hair done, and, maybe take myself out for lunch, watch a movie, go to dinner, run you some bubble bath at night, light your candles, put you on some soft music in the background. If you just get out and put on you a nice lingerie, some maybe a robe, some perfume, and just get in your bed and read a book. You know what I mean? You making you feel good. So when you do introduce yourself to a young man or a man, he would know how to treat you, because you would know how to teach him how to treat you.
That's
so that's
right.
self-pleasure. Okay. So once you start with self-pleasure, then again, I feel like that'll make that man have to level up and match your fly, if you will. And
That's
you will
right.
not accept anything less.
That's
Okay?
right.
So that's the first level. Second, with another level of pleasure, if you're in a relationship or married, I find, again, mental stimulation for me is the best. Okay. Meaning, let's just say we're dating. We just started dating. I'm not going to jump in the bed with you the first month that I met you. So I got to find some type of pleasure out of this person. So it could be through conversation. For me, conversation is key, right? Communication is key. And if he's well educated, he speaks, politely. It's more about the eye contact that we make. We make that connection. That's pleasure all in its own. Because you have to remember, pleasure is basically is another word for enjoyment. So anytime you enjoy something, you're getting pleasure out of it. So so again, we got the mind stimulation. Sexually.
Wait, I just want to recognize how you're like, okay, let me get into this now. The body movement stage.
So, as far as sexually, I first ask the client exactly what are they desiring? What are their likes? Okay. What are your curiosities? Because some people don't even know what they like because they've yet to experience that, right? So after being married, I'm over 40. So I like those patients. I'm sorry. I like those clients that are over 40 because you've experienced life at this point. So it should be no hold bars at this point. So you should be able to come out the bag with whatever your desires are and not be afraid of that. I teach that we are in a non-judging zone. And with that being said, we go from their desires and what it is that they're liking, and we pull out the bag and we show them what we got and see if it's intriguing. And if so, we tell them take it home, try it. And if you want more, come back. So
I love it. I love it. And I love that you said, that the woman over 40 should know herself. But what happens when you come into contact with those who don't? Because maybe, because think about a woman over 40 and some of the limiting beliefs of the past of a woman at the age of 40 or up, and that time period of how we grew up, right? And, sex wasn't even talked about really, right? So talk about, kind of how you bring women out of their shell, so to speak, because of the limiting beliefs that they learned growing up.
So funny story, I did this bachelorette party. And there was a couple of people from the church that was in the building, and they sat way in the back. They didn't sit to the front, but I could tell they was curious. So I presented them with a card with the number on it. Whatever toy you like, put it in the bag and hand it to me, and I'll reach out to you and I know what you like. So this one particular one, she, you know, she was kind of well put together and was like, I'm fine. And coincidentally, maybe a couple of weeks later, I got a phone call maybe at 8:00 at night. And it was her. And she was like, I know it's late night, but my anniversary is tomorrow. And I've been thinking about everything you talked about. And I just want to please my husband, honey. I say, listen, the bed is under fire. So you, by all means, you're going to enjoy this anniversary, honey. So I gave her some tips. And the next day, needless to say, her husband was wild. So I opened up her to more possibilities because he has never seen that side of her. Wow. So I gave it to her in more of a conservative way, but able to have fun. And you have to also consider your husband or your significant other as well. He may have never seen you in this light. So, you know, you don't want to come out the gate looking as if you're desperate or looking like the young ladies on TV. It has to be age appropriate for you. So again, through the consult, I found out what are you comfortable with. And if you're not comfortable with that, then maybe we could try this. And we just go from there. Again, that's what I give them, at least an hour consult, so I can find out what they are comfortable with before we jump into anything.
I love it. And do you also help them, you know, figure out even how to discuss with their significant other, you know, what they want, right? Because it's okay for her to come and say, you know, I want to please my husband. But if you never have the conversation with the husband or the significant other to say, well, what is it that you like, right? What do you want? You know, so that they know how to pleasure each other. So how do you even, you know, broach that subject?
Right, that's good. So with that, I have that comes up a lot. A lot of women don't know, and vice versa. The partner does not know how to approach. So I feel like maybe through a game. So we start off with a simple game. You know, let's just have like date night tonight for no reason. So I don't want to give away all my secrets, but it starts as a simple, right? So it's going to start as a simple text. He's not familiar with this woman. Who is this woman texting me saying, are you available tonight? Right? So it's playing these little mind games, right? So, okay, I'm available, sweetheart. I'll be here waiting for you when you get here. Just play along. Are you available? Yeah, it was fun. So, okay, so we, you know, I want to get into something different. I just want to know, what are your likes and what you don't like? Like, what are your desires? Do you have any fetishes or, you know, any fantasies that you never told me about? You know, are you willing and open to discuss these things with me? And sometimes men are kind of like, no, you know, they're not just going to throw it out there and say, this is what I like. So you have to warm it up to them, warm up the idea of, listen, I want to try something different. And, you know, I think every 10 years, probably every 5, but every 10 years, you should try to evolve in your relationship. So again, communication is the key. Just being able to be comfortable enough to have that conversation.
Yeah. And I like what you said, you know, the men may not warm up to it, so to speak, but they're probably like, wait a minute, who is this person?
You just got to jump in there. They will fight you if you like, no, honey, I'm fine. But baby, let him walk into that room and you got on that nice look and you smelling nice.
Right.
That's it. Say less.
Right.
Say less. Your actions speak louder than your words right now.
That's right. That's right. But that's why the communication is so key, so that you know what that person really desires. So I have a question about that too. So because you talked about the fetishes and the fantasies, right? What if there's something where, you know, either person is like, we're going to put a stop on that. That's not something I want. How do you help them kind of discuss that and walk through that and see how they can come to some kind of common ground where they both can be pleasured in a way that makes sense for both of them?
Sure. So that was good as well, because that is one of the biggest fears most men have. I open up this door and then you look at me like, wait a minute. So it's like, I got to close it. It never happened. Don't, you know, so with that, you have to be, when you are in a relationship, a marriage especially, you got to realize you're with this person for the rest of your life. And I agree with you as far as them being able to be comfortable with whatever it is you're requesting. So if you're not comfortable with that, I want to be able to not be judged by you, if that's safe. Love covers a multitude, even your flaws, you know. So if you truly love me, and again, that's not something you're willing to do, I can respect that, but respect me enough to say, hey, you know, I'm not judging you for what you want. You know, let's just say, let's agree to disagree and try something different. So it's all about, again, agreeing to disagree, but respecting each other's desires and what you don't desire to do. So, and it comes with maturity as well. So that's not always an easy road to go down. So if you come to me, I feel like at this point, you guys are ready for that. So I rarely have somebody that comes to me unless they are ready to open that door. If that makes sense.
Yeah. And do you teach, kind of safe words, safe zones, when they're
Right.
discussing? Yeah.
Yeah, just through text. Sometimes a simple emoji works.
Yeah.
And in the middle of passion, you can use your word or just maybe, walk in the house and just whisper something or give me a certain look. And I know, this is what you're looking for, asking for. So it's all about being able to know your partner. But first you have to get to know them, which is why, again, we open up with the consult and find out, again, their desires. In most cases, men don't want to talk. The woman has to do all the talking. So it's like, I'm not signing up to talk. So it's like, okay. But in the end, it always works. So yes.
And I think that I'm gonna say this. Only I'm not married, so I'm not the expert here, everybody, on this subject at all. But I know my beautiful sister here, Melissa. I've had her and her husband because they do relationship coaching, right? And just to hear them on how they expand in their relationship through communication is amazing, right? So there's a lot that can be done with couples that decide that they're gonna, talk about everything, right? And be able to let it out and know, what's safe and what's not for each other. So I love that you do this.
Thank you.
Because people really, relationships are failing out there. And people need to really come together. And not just sexually, right? In every aspect.
Right.
You talked about the other ways to pleasure each other, the mental stimulation, and all of that needs to happen on a regular basis. And I love that you talk a little bit about, because you talked about like assessing, right? Every 5 years, you know what I mean? Like, but talk about what that looks like to be able to kind of come back and say, what are we doing right now? What's changed for us, right? And how do we make this better?
So with anything, there's a change. You have to be prepared, because if you stay stuck in one place, that other person can get bored with that. So with that being said, you have to start dating each other all over again, right? Simple things, let's travel a little bit more, let's get to know each other a little bit more. You don't really know everything about your partner in the first 5 years. So digging a little deeper, or finding out exactly, what haven't you been, or what is it that you want to do, just having communication and open up to, again, desires and interests. What are your interests, and what is it that you want to do. Just starting a conversation, a simple conversation, can help enhance and help improve anyone's relationship. Having a 5-year plan, a 5-year goal, a 10-year goal, changing up your hairstyle, him changing up his hairstyle, changing up your clothing. First and foremost, I also want to say that you're very, very physical in shape, and I can appreciate that.
Thank you.
I find that when us women take the time out to exercise, maybe a minimum of 15 minutes a day, have a regimen that you do. Let me have my facial done. Let me, even if you, times are hard right now. If you can't afford to go have your nails done, toes did, do it at home, for God's sakes. But let him see that you're making improvement. Right. The same with him. You can talk to him. Hey, honey, maybe you want to try this or try that. Just communicating with each other and seeing what works, and see if we can evolve and switch things up.
Yeah. I love that. I love that. I had something in mind, but I also wanted to say that, Desiree is recommending you. So I love that. Thank you for the support, Desiree. Yes, she's saying she gets advice from you. So I love that. So anybody out there, you already know, she already has a recommendation here. So you can reach out to her to definitely get advice from her on relationships. And she's given us so many good tips right now. So I want to ask you too, because I love that we talked about this 5-year thing, right? And reassessing and constantly reassessing. But I want to talk about, because the years with kids versus the years without kids, right? Because you may have like your years before kids, right? And then the kids come into play, and then, once the kids leave the nest. So talk a little bit about how you make those changes when you have, little ones or teenagers, some, kids in the house.
Okay. So I have a couple of kids, so I do know what it's like to have little ones in the house. You have to, be mindful of what you say, what you do, how you behave, where you go. Sometimes as far as financially, being financially stable, you're lacking in certain areas. So once the kids are grown and able to move out, I do know that there is a difference because
Oh, I don't know what happened, everybody. This was such great advice, and it looks like she cut out.
I'm
There
sorry.
we go. There we
Okay.
go.
So basically, when the kids are in the house, yet again, it can be stressful for the both of you. You pulling here, you're being pulled there. Sports, taking them to work, whatever it may be. But once the kids are out of the house, it gives you and him more time to spend together. It's a lot more peaceful, and again, you can travel and do more together. So it's definitely a difference. It's definitely a difference in how loud you can be, and I'm gonna just play safe right there.
That's right. That's right. And Brandy said, "Do not disturb." You got to put that "Do not disturb"
You got to put oh my God, or you got to use like closets in bathrooms when the kids are home.
Yeah.
But when the kids are gone, that's when you can actually be yourselves, and you can open up certain rooms in the house, turning them into like caves, if you will. It's just so many different realms you can explore when the kids are out of the house, which makes it all the better.
Right. Hide and seek.
There you go. See, I know you had it in your Tracy. I knew it.
Oh, I love it. Look, she says, you're getting all these comments here real quick. That's right, they do. So they can give you some time. You some time. Even I was watching Michelle Obama was kind of giving a testimony to how her and Barack's relationship changed once the kids came. So listen, it happens at every level, everybody. It doesn't matter who you are. Yes. So Melissa's saying I had to train my kids to knock first, or you may see things you don't want to. That's right.
That'll teach them. I bet you they won't open that door again without knocking.
That's right. That is right. So you're getting all these comments. Everybody's loving it. You see, this is why she is here, everybody, because she's absolutely amazing. I love it. So I want to get into, we're going to get off the pleasure, even though I know everybody likes to hear this subject. And maybe we'll come back to revisit a little bit more, give you a little juice before we end the show. But I wanted to talk about this fashion piece too, because I love fashion also.
Okay.
So I wanted you to give some people give the people some advice on, where you can go from Target to, because I like Target, girl. But from Target to, couture, right? But how should people start to improve their wardrobe?
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
So I like what you said about Target, because honey, you can find a fabulous piece. I saw this jumpsuit in there about a month ago, honey, and you dress that thing up with some boots, baby.
That's right.
They'll never know. If you're on a budget, first and foremost, you can look fabulous and spend. You can go to Walmart, to be honest with you, and find a great piece and go to maybe Burlington and dress it up with a nice pair of boots or a nice pair of slides and look fashionable. I personally, I'm a white wearer throughout the year. Some people say after Labor Day you don't wear white. So, I like to find maybe something white to wear. Like right now, I have on my white jacket with my
yes. And we're gonna X that don't wear white after Labor Day. Right, exactly. Do what you want to do. Do what makes you feel good.
Listen, I live in Florida, right? So where it's maybe 30 degrees in New York right now. It could be, let's say, 75, 80 degrees in Florida. I'm walking in that office with my boots on, baby, and probably a scarf, because that's how I feel. So I feel like fashion is all about how you feel at the moment. It doesn't have to be a particular season or reason. Just dress it up as you will. But I think the number one tip that I want to give any woman that has, let me see, your bra says a lot about you. Right? I've seen a lot of women that have on a bra and it's loose and it makes kind of a saggy look in the
Mm-hmm.
front. So always wear a good support bra. That's the key to any outfit. I think having a great spend $60 on you a bra doll, and I promise you, them things will lift up without any surgery, and you will feel a lot better about yourself.
I love it.
So
I love it.
The bra is very important. But and then just dressing up, a small heel can always do. If you're running to the grocery store, yeah, you can throw on some slides, but a small heel maybe kind of lift you up a little bit. Some accessories here and there, and always keep them eyebrows on, sweetheart. Always make sure them eyebrows are ready to go. And you good.
I love it. And my bestie, I don't know if she's watching, but I always tease her because, you know, we talk about the dating thing and everything. And I said to her, like, you got to go out in your heels. When you go out in your heels, because the men want to see the heels. So
yes. You wear the heels for the nothing. And I promise you, heels make you feel sexy.
Yes.
Right? They don't have to be too high. They just give you a strut when you walk, you know.
Yes.
So a nice pair of jeans with some heels will do, or maybe a nice boot with a small stiletto. Heels always work.
I love them too. So talk to us about some key pieces, right? What should every woman have in their closet?
Ooh. I feel as if every woman should have a good pair of jeans. That's first, because you can dress jeans up with anything. Okay. Secondly, a good purse, a great bag, but you gotta have. Listen, my sister feels as if I'm crazy. I cannot allow my kids. The jacket has to match the shoes. Mentally, I know it may be wrong. I cannot stand to see my kids have on a black jacket and maybe some blue shoes. No, you gotta have some black shoes on with that black jacket, sweetheart. So I feel like matching is very important for me with my scrubs. I match my scrubs with my. It's very important to have you a good pair of shoes and a jacket that match in your closet.
Okay, I love it. I'm a blazer girl, so I say a good blazer is always good too, right?
There you go.
Yes.
That goes good with jeans as well. A nice blazer.
Yes. All right. So listen, everybody, I want to, before we move on, right, I want to just be able to put your social up here also, Kilwana, so that people can see your social. All right. So just talk to us about, you know, what's next for Kilwana. Like where do you see yourself? What's going on? What's next?
Okay, so I just want to be honest with everyone in the audience as well as you. So I've always been like a very shy. I'm not really. A lot of people think that I'm just out, but I'm not. I've been very sheltered. So social media has not been my best friend for a long time because I'm a very private person, believe it or not. So I'm coming out of my shell, and so I am dabbling with Instagram lately. And how do my clients reach me? By phone. I'm very old school, but I'm getting into the social media thing. I'm just being honest with everybody. Okay. So I'm gonna definitely start taking some classes and learning a little bit more about social media, and putting myself out there a lot more. And just see what he's gonna take me with this whole thing. So that's just my truth. Again, I try, but sometimes I spend 30 minutes on just trying to do a reels. So I put the phone down. Don't dog me out. I'm just being honest, okay?
Listen, I get it. So we're gonna hold each other accountable on that one. But what is your Instagram, right? Let's send people. We're gonna get her up on this social media. So what's your Instagram so we can put it out there?
It's adult_pleasure box.
Oh, and everybody's gonna want to go to that.
So I just created the page, so I'm trying to get there, you guys. So just work with me, bear with me, and I'm gonna have it up and running by at least the end of next week. Okay,
so here it is, everybody. Adult Pleasure Box. Go follow, support. You know it's coming. It's coming. And if we put some likes and some follows in her Instagram, she'll start posting more so that people can get some great tips that she's sharing in her reels. I'm just going to claim it for you right there. So that's it.
There we go.
That's it. So how do you go about, so let's put your email up here too, right? Okay, so that people can email you, because you said you're a little more old school. So the people that need you, you've already got the testimonies here, because Desiree was out here telling people how good you are. So we need people to be able to reach you. So what's the email? Give me the email.
So it's MARSHA.brown@gmail.
All right, everybody. You see it here. So we're going to put that up here too so that everybody can send that email if you are looking for help in your relationship, or if you are looking to clean up your image or just change your image. You want to go a little sexier. You want to dress for work, whatever it is, she got you covered. So you can reach out to her here at k.marsha.brown@gmail.com. So we'll show these again at the end of the show. So you mentioned, I know that you are a spirit-filled woman. So I want you to just also mention the importance of having God in your life and in your relationships, because I'm sure that you approach that too with your clients as well.
Sure. Yes. So first and foremost, I want to throw this out there. I am not about religion. I'm about relationship. Okay. So I have a great relationship with God. Like my whole life, He's just been leading me, and I follow. And I am now divorced. So like I said, I was married, and a lot of me being divorced had to be growth. He wasn't ready to grow. He had a stunt in his growth, and I wanted better. So I prayed about it first, and when God showed me the way out, I took it. Okay. So I always seek God first. I would tell anybody, allow God to be your mentor. He does place people on this earth for us to be able to go to and get the help from, right? So before we do anything, we serve a jealous God. Before you go asking the pastor, before you go asking Kilwana, seek God first, and He will lead you. His word says, "My sheep hear my voice." And if you don't hear His voice, then pray and say, God, give the right person the right thing to say to me, so I can know what next move to make. So if anything, I will ask you to seek God.
Amen.
I do tell a lot of the clients that, but where I am in my life right now, I know God placed the man that I do have in my life. God placed him here. I've never been more happy. And I just want to also throw this. It's not about sex. It's not even about sex, because something can happen. You can go through menopause. You can have ED, and I'm gonna just, that's the clean version of it. And what happens when that's no longer available, right? So you got to have more things in common outside of just being able to lay around. You know what I mean? So with anything, I pray and I ask God to mold the next guy He wants in my life into the man He wants for Kilwana. And by God, He did it, so I'm a living testimony. He's changed some things in my life, and He's installed me with things that I'm able to help other people. And I give Him all the credit for everything that I know as far as relationship, because I put Him first, and I advise that they do the same.
Yes, I love it. You heard it here first. That's the best advice ever. Seek God first. I love that. I absolutely love that. All right. So, we got to give the people a little juice before we get to the end of the show.
Okay.
So, how can I say this cleanly? I want to talk about just some of those pleasure pieces out there that people can get. There's a lot out there that you can go buy, but to give us, one or two good ones that people can get.
Now, ladies, she opened the floor up for me, so allow me.
I did.
So it's this toy, and we're all adults here, and I want you to use your imagination. It's called the pee pump. Just think about it. When you latch that thing on, just understand, it ain't no turning back. It's pleasure at its best. So I would definitely advise any woman that has not yet tried the pee pump. It starts with the P, ends with the Y. Pump. It's good for the soul. Now they also have. Now, if you're in a relationship, I would advise this, especially for the husband that's not used to the toys, or maybe you haven't pulled them out in a while, right? Go to a nice restaurant, and this one you put inside of your underwear, and it has a little remote on it. Okay, so this is a form of foreplay. So anybody that's 40 and older that needs to get their engine warmed up, baby, you can't just jump in this bed and expect. I need for you to at least warm up this engine a little bit, right? So maybe go out and have some drinks, and maybe when you say, okay, I got to run to the bathroom, you can pass him the remote. Tell him to take a couple of sips, and when you get back, tell them just to zap it a couple of times. That's that's to get your engine going until you get home, and
Right.
so that's one. Okay, and
All
so
right.
those would be my top two favorite.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So listen, is it sold on Amazon? Listen, I know Dwayne said he's Googling. He's Googling right now.
If you're interested, send me a message. You can hit me up on Instagram, or you can reach me on my email.
Okay. All right.
We'll
I
have
love
some available for you.
it. I love it. So you have some products or an affiliate of, right?
Yes,
So that
yes.
people can. So then I would say everybody, because she is helping you, we're getting some comments out there. I'm gonna show them in a minute. But because she is helping you with this, make sure you go to Kilwana to get your products. You don't even need to go anywhere else. Dwayne said he followed you on Instagram. So Dwayne, you don't even have to Google it, honey. Go to Kilwana and she'll make sure you get yourself set up.
That's right.
Melissa said, "Repeat, please." So can you repeat before we close this out? She wants a repeat.
Okay. Or which part? The emailing address or the toy?
The toy.
Okay.
I
So
would speak for her. The toy.
it's called the Rabbit. Again, that one goes inside of the underwear, and it comes with the remote. And then you have the P pump. It starts with the P and ends with the Y. Let me know, sweetheart. Just let me know how it was. Email me and let me know how did you enjoy that.
No, she's gonna come to you to get it. So we're gonna put your information up here again so that she can come to you and get those products. Here we go. Let me just put your information up. Well, I'm gonna put the email up first because right now, if you email her, you'll get it faster. That's what I'm gonna say, right? So email her, and she's very responsive on email. I can attest to that. So email her if you want these products. It's k.marsha.brown@gmail.com. I will put this on the show page as well, so you can go to the show page and get that link. And then
if you want to if you want to talk, we can do a free consult, talk about whatever the product or maybe whatever you're interested in. I'll give you some tips,
Okay. I love it. I love it. And I'm gonna put her to task when we get off of here. But or for IG here, follow her on IG because the reels are coming. Adult_pleasure box. All right, everybody. So you heard it here first. How to get your pleasure principles going here. I love it. This has been so amazing, Kilwana. I love everything that you had to say about relationships and fashion and, just people coming together and doing. And Brandy already put your, thank you, Brandy. See, this is my girl. Brandy already put your email in the comments on the show page. Thank you, Brandy. So now, look, the way it says, I grew up with a remote control car and now they have remote control stores. He said, I love life. Exactly, Dwayne. Exactly. This is what happens when you grow up. When you grow up. So I appreciate you being here. It has been informative and it has been so much fun having you here. And we're gonna have to stay in touch even a little bit more often because I want to hold you to task. You got something really great here. So, I want you to put it out there. You speak so well about it all. And I love how you were being nice about it. But I know what's in the background of that. So you guys, listen, you heard it here, very nice and cleanly, but to the point so you can get it right here. So, if you're looking for more, I say you reach out to her, get that consult that you need to get so that you can pleasure your life. Or if you are looking to just level up on or feel good about what you are wearing when you step out your door or when you are in your house, because you heard her earlier talk about, stimulating yourself. So if you need some tips on how to stimulate yourself while you're in the house with those fashions, do that as well. But make sure that you reach out to her. This has been an amazing show. Again, I thank you for being here. I love everybody out there. Thank you so much, everybody, for commenting and sharing.
Thank you, everybody.
Yes, it's been great just to even have the commentary and the back and forth. I love it. So we are going to see you all next week. We will have the beautiful Yasha here next week to talk to us about wellness and about the music industry as well. So I can't wait to hear what she has to say. And we are out, everybody. We will see you again next week. Kilwana,
bye.
we're backstage for a moment.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, everybody, take care.